Okay, today is the 5th of December 2014. Let me just check that that's actually running. Yeah, it is. Okay, another subject, very, very quick. I'm going to do very quick, short videos today. So something that I've actually been asked before is, how do I know when spirits want to talk? Okay, now I've sort of over the years devised a sort of a system. It's not really a system, but a signal. It runs into a couple of things, okay, and I know this is probably different for everyone. So generally speaking, if I'm at home, I very often, things will happen, like I will hear a knocking or something will move. The other indication I've had, and it's only really been recently, which is quite interesting, and I haven't had it for a little while, which is also interesting, is I've got a house alarm, and I've got several house alarms. The one that's in one particular room will just get set automatically, or the alarm will actually go off for absolutely no reason. Now, I know the alarm is not being triggered by anything, because where the alarm is actually pointing is a door, and the door is always closed. So, because it's my office, so unless I'm actually in there, the door will always be closed. And I know that that's usually an indicator, but the one thing that I know without any certainty, without any uncertainty at all, which is always the best indicator, is I feel the spirits actually touching me. Now, I get this wherever I've been. I've just been to a client's house. Now, I know that either his father or his mother, and I think it's probably his mother, is actually there in the house, because somebody was touching me. They typically touched my face or my hair. Very often at night, I will kind of feel someone on my back, but it's typically my face. Now, I can feel it. It's like somebody rubbing their hand. It's like, and sometimes it's like a tickle, and that's when I know that there are spirits there. It's like they want you to know that they're actually there. So that's how I know when someone wants to communicate. And how do I know this? How do I verify this? Because people want verification. I've been doing this for years. This is how I know that there's a spirit there communicating. Like today, I was with a client. He's very old. He's also quite sick. And every time I go there, I always feel, there is always a presence there. And I have spoke to him for quite a long time today about his family and such like. And I suspect, I don't know because I'm not a medium and I'm not going to start doing a session there or anything, but I suspect that it's his mother. I think he was very close to his mother. His father was probably like most, fathers, of that kind of era. I don't think we're particularly close, but yeah, and because we were talking about her and how much the father loved her and all that. She was just there. I sensed it. I just know when I'm in my office or anywhere else, in my home environment or anywhere else, I know that there's spirits are there and they want to communicate, because I start talking to them and they talk to me back. But for people who still don't believe that, I know because sometimes I just say, okay, I will. You want to have a chat? You want to talk? I will then just either switch on the ghost box and hey presto, they're already there. They're talking. As soon as I switch it on, they're already talking. I know that they're there, and there will be people, the spirits that are there, they're very often saying my name, because they want to get attention, because there's typically so many spirits around in my home environment, like I did a session the other day. I'm not kidding. I nearly jumped up out of my seat. Somebody was trying to obviously say something. There was so many spirits there trying to say something that this one spirit absolutely shouted my name out, and I nearly fell off my chair. It was so loud. I'm not kidding. It was like, you know, somebody getting a massive microphone and just going rah like that, you know. And they, you know, they got my attention. So, you know, it works. And I dare say it's different for other people. Some people I know will start seeing orbs. That's one thing that I've never seen. I don't ever recall experiencing or seeing orbs anywhere. And I know that lots of paranormalers see orbs all the time. You know, Scary Larry, for instance. I mean, he's caught orb activity, loads of orb activity on his mobile phone. Quite amazing. But I don't know why. Maybe I'm not receptive in that way. I don't know. You know, I guess it's different for different people. Another thing that I believe, I believe that as me, a human person, I communicate. We're going to touch on a bit of psychology here. I communicate to people and spirits in a certain way, and the way I communicate with them reflects on the responses that I get. Now, I know that as a psychologist, when you're talking to someone, depending on my response or my communication with them will depend on the response I get back. And what's to say that that doesn't apply in the spirit world? You know, how someone else communicates with spirits, or if another paranormaler, you know, came to my house and spoke to spirits in a certain way, they may get different responses, you know. And likewise, if I was to go to someone else's, you know, house and try to start talking to spirits, you know, I might get different responses from you know, possibly the same spirits that they're always communicating with. So it does kind of work both ways, you know. It doesn't just work one way. So anyway, end of this subject, and I'm now going to go and get something to eat because I'm absolutely famished, and I shall speak to you again in another video soon.